about 4 minutes ago, then you'll realise that I needed to change a few things. Let's just make sure that things are good. Things are good. Come on, start my stream, yeah. Who started? Yes, I'm managing. Managing not very much. Where's my feed then? Come on. Anywho, going back to what I was saying before I so rudely left you all. And also, don't ask me why I've got 2 webcam feeds. I'm experimenting. Stream manager, is that live? There we go. Gran Turismo 3 A-spec PS2 fan bloody dabby dozy. And so what I'm going to do is I'm not going to mess about with my phone because I've got nowhere to plug it in. Right, hopefully you can all hear me. I need to get used to using this thing, which was so kindly donated to me by my son. Yeah, how we doing, people? So, a little bit of background on this. Why the hell am I playing Gran Turismo 3 A-spec on the PlayStation 2 at 20 past 11 at night instead of playing something scary like the Mortuary Assistant, which we had great fun with last night? It's also, incidentally as well, this is the first time I'm trying to stream through a laptop and OBS instead of going directly through the PlayStation 5. Because again, I'm experimenting with stuff. And I'm quite impressed with it so far. OBS is a very, very, very handy bit of kit. Very impressive. And remarkably, so far anyway, my laptop was able to cope with this quite easily. The capture card that I've got for not very much, it was quite cheap, is working. I've also managed to get a HDMI splitter to stream the PlayStation 3 games that I've got. It's opened up a whole new world of streaming for me, so I'm actually a little bit overexcited as to what I'm going to stream next, and it could be anything, you know what I mean? PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. I've also wired up my old Xbox 360 so that I can... I know what my first game playing that one is going to be. It's probably going to be Condemned, because I never completed it back in the day. I was probably not even halfway through it, and I just remember it being a very, very, very sinister and dark, gritty first-person game. So yeah, that's definitely one of the ones that we'll be doing. I'm going to have to draw up a list of games that I'm going to stream. I'm so excited about this. But anywho, we're back to the game that I was playing. I decided that it'd be a great idea to try and complete all the Gran Turismos, which is insane. Nobody should be doing that. I lost all my game saves back in 2008. I foolishly, back when the PlayStation 3 was able to play all 3 formats at the time, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 games, I made the foolish mistake of transferring all of my game saves onto the PlayStation 3 hard drive. Wonderful while it worked. I had loads of space. 60 gig back then was an enormous amount of space. Excellent. And then I freed up my memory cards for, well, I was going to sell them, to be honest, because they, could get a couple of quid for them back then. And lo and behold, I got the yellow light of death. So I had to, fair play to Sony. I was living in France at the time. I was working out there, and they sent a courier out to France. I think, no, they didn't send it out to France. They couldn't have done. I think they sent it to an address that I said they could pick it up from back in this country. And yeah, fair play to them. They did it, but they said, keep your hard drive. I don't think it was a 60 gig hard drive. I think I had to put the 60 gig hard drive back in, and I had a 320 gig hard drive. So I kept my 320 gig hard drive with everything on it. And I got impatient while I was out there. I thought, sod it, I'll buy an 80 gig model and I'll have 2 PlayStation 3s, because I was, doing quite well money-wise back then. And I thought to myself, well, maybe if I put this 320 gig hard drive into this PlayStation, then it'll just play it automatically. But it didn't. It asked me to format it. And I had one of my weird ADHD kind of moments where I went, do you know what? I'd love to play all these games again. Format. And it's one of the biggest mistakes I ever made, because as it was formatting, I started remembering, I was like, oh shit. I completed Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy, or no, I think it was just Final Fantasy VII. And then I started thinking about all the other games that had taken me ages to complete. It was like, oh no, I shouldn't have done that. Anyway, lost my Gran Turismo save, lost my Gran Turismo 3 save for the PlayStation 2, lost a load of stuff. So I've, over the last however many years it is, kind of 17, 18 years, I've been slowly trying to claw back at some of the games that I'd been playing back then, and Gran Turismo was one of them. So I set myself the challenge of completing all the Gran Turismos. Completed Gran Turismo 1 recently on the PlayStation 1. It still holds up, It still holds up. It's still a good game. Enjoyed it very, very much. Wasn't as big as I remember it being. There were only really a couple of... There's less than 50 races in it, I think. A couple of endurance ones. And then Gran Turismo 2, which I'd never played back in the day. It was in my collection, but I didn't buy it until years later. Didn't enjoy it that much. It was good. I think if I'd played it back in the day, I'd have enjoyed it. But it felt as though they pushed the AI a bit... Well, it was kind of lacking. It felt as though all of a sudden cars which you were much, much faster than, they all of a sudden had a burst of speed and were able to ram you off the road and that, and it was a bit annoying. It was far more frustrating than the first one I found. And it also, this is an interesting point, it put you in a position where you could use the same car, like in the first one you could use the same car and you'd do quite well with it, for most races. All of a sudden you'd use your supremely fast car, like a super upgraded Skyline or whatever the case may be, and you couldn't win the race. And it forced you into a position where only one or two cars could win that race for you. And it was weird, But there we go, it is what it is. They had to do something back in the day, I suppose, to give the illusion of, realism and good AI and all that kind of stuff. But there we go. But the jump to Gran Turismo 3, which I'm in the middle of playing now, was profound. It was such a difference. And I can remember getting about a third of the way through it, maybe, back in 2001 on the PlayStation 2. That was with the joypad. But I've been lucky enough. I managed to pick up this Logitech one with I don't know whether you can see it. It's the one with the little gear stick here. And the little paddles on the back, So it's the predecessor, I suppose, to the G29, which I have got. My plan at the minute is get Gran Turismo 3 out of the way, get Gran Turismo 4 out of the way. I might delve into the world of, what was it called? Toka Race Driver 3, and maybe one or two old rally games, like Colin McRae 4, I seem to remember. I think that's in my collection. I definitely had it at one stage, but I'll have to have a look. And then move on to the PlayStation 3 Gran Turismos. And then finally carry on with Gran Turismo Sport. And I've got Gran Turismo 7 in my collection as well, which I'm looking forward to starting. But I'd like to try and not necessarily do them in chronological order, but have a good bash at them anyway. So we'll see how we got on with this now. Like I said, I'm in the gravel because my wife turned the telly off as she was going to bed. Not out of spite, out of love. Right. Oh God, she nailed me. Right, something I should point out. Oh God, hold on. Just give me a second. Let me get back to my flow. I'm currently driving driving the Formula One Polyphony car, which was one that I got with for doing one of the endurance races. So I'm actually able to blitz these races at the minute. So they're not going to be too challenging. Says me, nearly going off the road. But I've got to say, you know, it was this game. I've been playing this game, you know, for a month or two, and that's what gave me the idea of maybe starting streaming, you know, because I was enjoying it so much, and I kind of fall into the, not into the trap, but I've always been one for talking to myself. People who know me, where I work, and have known me over the years, I've had a bit of fun poked at me for talking to myself and whatnot in the past, but I thought, well, why not utilise it? Talk to yourself, but you know, stream it and get your thoughts out there, maybe, you know. But this was the game. This was the game that set me on this path of streaming, so it's all kind of finally full circle. Oh, that corner every bloody time. It's my own fault. I wasn't concentrating. Oh, neither was he. So yeah, I'm able to breeze past these quite easily. Now the reason I've gone, I've gone for this series is because, like I said, I can use the Formula 1 car, and it shouldn't be too much of a challenge, but it gives me a chance to, I made a slight boo-boo there, because I'm talking, but I'll get used to it. And I'm miles ahead of everyone anyway. Oh god, it is difficult to, I don't know how women multitask. Anywho, yeah, enjoying this whole streaming thing very much. And if you're watching at the minute, all of these videos end up on my YouTube channel, which is Purple Helm Ed. I'll put it in the comments on this, and you can all join in. But I'm thinking about setting up another YouTube channel, and possibly the Facebook thing. I think for if I finally get to the Gran Turismo 7 thing, I'll either set up a Facebook Live thing, I think, and I keep popping up bloody corner. But we'll see how we go. It's still early days, yeah. I'm also trying to sort out a Welsh-speaking channel where I'm doing this kind of thing, but with Welsh language. But we'll see. I've got to admit, my Welsh is not as good as I thought it was. And the reason for that is because I never speak it anyway. I'm in an area where they don't really speak it a great deal. But it's something that I want to do, though, because there aren't many people out there doing it. There's hardly anybody speaking kind of Welsh and playing games, so we'll see how we go. Well, it's 6th. Oh, I overcooked that slightly. Right, we're coming up to the last lap anyway. And there's about 10 of these races, so I don't think we'll get through them all. But we'll see. Because I need a bite to eat later, so time's like 11. And I'm hoping you can hear me alright. This, I've got to admit, this microphone that I've got does make an enormous difference, rather than having the headset on and speaking through that. But I don't know, we'll wait and see. I'll have to review it later. 4th. Last lap anyway. I can remember the buzz around this game as well, though, you know. It was the first proper killer game that was on the PS2. Oh my good god, and I made a complete arse of that. Yeah, because there hadn't really been anything. I can remember the official lineup. What were the big games that came out for the PlayStation 2 at the beginning? Zone of the Enders. Time Splitters was one of the big ones as well, which I never really got on with. That weird aiming system. I still don't really get on with it. It was a good game, but I'll tell you what, it was a strange thing. I didn't like that whole move the crosshair thing about rather than it being stationary all the time. But there we go. That's just my preference, I suppose. But this was the one, while everyone was waiting for Metal Gear Solid 2 to come out. Yeah, this was the one. When this came out, this is all anybody was talking about, Gran Turismo 3. And rightly so, really. It was fantastic. Still is, really. Really is. Yes. I'm watching a little bit of this series, but I'm conscious of the fact that maybe my voice isn't loud enough. Bear with me. I'm going to turn the backing down a little bit, which is something I should have done at the beginning, really. Because as long as I can hear the engines and the gears, that's all that matters. Do you know what? This holds up pretty good, this game. Yeah, but the buzz surrounding it. The buzz surrounding the first one as well, though. There were no games like it. Like, realistic, do you know what I mean? Because it was all arcade games back then. What was that, late 90s, when it, 98, 97, 98? Oh god, I made a complete... No, didn't. I saved it. All the Ridge Racers, and all the kind of Sega rallies, and what else was about at the time? What were the big games? I suppose Wipeout would come out as well, though. It was all very arcadey, you know? But to get all of a sudden a game where you could adjust the camber of the suspension and stuff, and the wheels, and change the tyres, and it actually making a difference, do you know what I mean? Rather than just going 190 miles an hour around a corner and sliding the back end out. It was a welcome change. It was good. Toka Race Driver was like that as well, mind, you know, but with damage. You know, you couldn't go around a corner at 1,000,000 miles an hour and bounce off it in Toka. Your wheel would fall off at least. Yeah, but it was good. It was good. I remember the buzzer on this game. And then a couple of months later, Grand Theft Auto 3 came out, and that changed everything. A lot of people are under the impression that it was Grand Theft Auto Vice City that kind of propelled the PlayStation 2. It wasn't. It was Grand Theft Auto 3 that changed everything. Because I remember getting that. And I read one review that said it wasn't very good. All the other reviews thought it was fantastic. But, yeah, it was good. And, yeah, I tell you what, that sold millions of PlayStation 2s. Great game. Good time as well for gaming, you know. The technology was kind of really ramping up, you know. Yeah, let's do it. Sorry, I'll do this race. What's this, 15 laps? We'll do this one. And I'll talk a bit more bollocks. He's bloody quick. Oh. Hang on a second. Oh, something weird's happened to my car, yeah. No, nothing weird's happened to your car, right? The tyres are cold, that's what's wrong. It does take some concentration now. Even with this car, which is kind of the fastest and grippiest in the game, you know. Oh no, wall. Dark. The grass. There we go. I've got to adjust this mic a little bit. There we go. Hopefully you can hear me while I change gear at 100 million miles an hour. guess fourth is a good gear for this corner. A fair bit of bloody feedback on this wheel, you know, for something, you know, I'm just going to say primitive there. I suppose it is to a certain degree. I gotta admit, when I bought my G29, I thought, there we go, this is the apex of gaming and driving with a steering wheel. And then, even more recently, I was looking at the setup of some people who were playing Gran Turismo 7 now, and they're, you know, they're forking out thousands for their setup. You know, the Fanatec wheels look incredible, but one day maybe. But we'll see how we go. I'm quite happy with my my current setup. I gotta admit, this whole cockpit that I've got is just kind of a cheap fold-upable one, but so there's a little bit of play with the steering wheel here, but I've got to be honest with you, it certainly does the job. And you know what? If I was going to upgrade to something else, I think I would more than likely, in order to save money, I'll probably build one out of wood maybe, you know, a really nice one. And spend a bit of time doing it and make it exactly how I want. Put a decent cushion in there. I do love this. I know I'm not brilliant at it. I never have been. You know, you see people playing driving games and they're absolutely superb. And I've never been that good at them, you know. The rally ones I was relatively good at it, do you know what I mean? But that might have been all in my head, you know. Coming from where I come from in West Wales, rallying was massive, do you know what I mean? As soon as I passed my test, I thought I was bloody Colin McRae, you know, in my little, my little B-Reg brown Metro. Those are the days. I tell you what, that did well, that car. And then I got my yellow Mark II Astra. It wasn't yellow. If my mate Greg is listening, I know damn well what he's thinking. It wasn't yellow, it was kind of a pissy tea-coloured car. That was pretty good. For 1.3 that was. But the valve stems went on it, so I had to get rid. And then I got my mighty Vauxhall Cavalier. Oh, what a car. Lap 5. Okay, I'm getting into the... That was commentator's curse, that was. I said I'm really getting into being able to talk and drive at the same time. I'm not. Because in a minute, my tyres are going to start giving out and I'm going to end up in the hedge. The drawback to playing a racing game is I've got absolutely no idea how long my stream is. Oh no, change gear then, dickhead. Oh, plonker. That was a stupid gear change. Fuck. So I think in time, I think I'll probably get two webcams, I think, and set one up where that one is. And that's a PS5 one, and I can't get it to work very well on PC. It looks great on the PlayStation 5, as far as I'm aware, in my humble opinion. But I've got to admit, I think I'll need to get two HD webcams at some point. Set one up kind of either in front of me, where that one is, or off to the side slightly. And put one looking at my feet, which seems to be, and not for pervy reasons, no. well, depends how much money people give me. Nobody would want to see my feet. I wouldn't subject you to that. They're bloody horrible. Anyway, that's kind of what I'm planning on doing for the driving aspect of it. Anyway, it might be a nice little journey, to be honest. Like I said, I played Gran Turismo 1 and 2 to death recently, which was hard playing it on a joypad. But, you know, it was still nostalgic, and, you know, once you play for, half an hour, you soon get used to the drop in graphics. I've lapped this fella. How infinitely depressing for him. Oh, don't get off the grass then. Oh, what's a GT40? Oh, sorry, I wasn't aiming for you. Oh, get out of the way then. Yeah. Oh, this is making my eyes go funny. Oh, what car's that? That looks like a rally car. I don't know what it is. Whatever it is, it's shifting. Oh, I don't know now. It looks nice to do it. Whatever it was. Lap 8. I'll tell you what, I'm going to whisper it. My tyres are lasting quite well here. They're on the left, bottom left there. You spoke too soon, see? Oh, dear. So yeah, with reference to the other steering wheel I've got, which is going to be used for Gran Turismo Sport and what else? When I finally got on the PlayStation 3 ones, Gran Turismo 5 and 6, but those I've hardly played. I remember playing Gran Turismo 5 with my mate Jason, and we did a couple of the go-kart things and whatnot online, and it was alright. I just found that the loading screens were bonkers. If you accidentally went to a screen that you didn't want, it would take ages to get back. I've heard people say some nice things about Gran Turismo 6, so I'm kind of looking forward to that as well. But I've played probably about half of Gran Turismo Sport, I think, and I've heard rumours that you can't get the platinum anymore on that, the trophy, but I'm not sure about that. I know that the servers have gone offline according to some people. But I am very much... Oh, fucking hell, wake up, man. But I am very much looking forward to Gran Turismo 7. But, you know, we'll see. Oh, my tyres have started to go. Oh. Just making sure that my microphone's still working. Okay, nice and easy now. Around the corner. Ooh. Ball bags. Yeah, I don't think I'll be looking at getting all the goals and the licenses on this either. I got gold in all the rally ones because I wanted a decent rally car, and it was a decent rally car as well. It was the Impreza prototype, and it was an absolute beast. So that was well worth doing, but Jesus Christ, I lost my temper with it. Trying to get that final, I don't know what was the final, it doesn't matter which one it was, I'm not going to bore you with the details, but yeah, it was kind of worth it really, but I punched my leg in temper so hard that I bruised it quite badly in temper. so difficult, you know, when you're only like a millisecond behind every time. I'm nearly that's talking it, and I think I did the same test for about 7 hours trying to get gold on it, you know. Eventually got it though, and like I said, it was worth it because the prototype Impreza is a real. It's a doozy of a car. I couldn't think of a decent word to call it. I love the Impreza. I've always loved the Subaru Impreza. I was a massive, like I said, I was a massive rallying fan when I first passed my test, and before. I remember the first rally game I owned, which was... I didn't own a PC, we used to use my uncle's, secretly. He thought that we were doing homework, I wasn't. I was either playing Command & Conquer. I had a demo of Command & Conquer, with 3 levels of Command & Conquer. That came free with... I'm sure you gamers out there will remember the days when computer magazines would give demo discs out. The PlayStation magazines used to do the same thing, and the Xbox magazines. You know, they'd give a free disc. Oh, I'd have to change my tires. And yeah, Command & Conquer. Jesus, I used to play that. But anyway, back to what I was saying. The first rally game I owned, I went halvesies with my cousin. And it was Network QRAC Rally for the PC. And for the time, it was really, really, really impressive, you know. It was full 3D, you know. Probably the first... It must have been one of the first proper 3D rally games. I'll have to look that up. I can't think of anything else. Anyway, where's the pit? Let me get in here. Oh, I need these. Left it late. But yeah, we got that utterly in awe at it, you know. My favourite car was the Impreza. My cousin's favourite car was the Escort Cosworth. Tell you what, 90s cars were... 90s rallies cars. I don't know, does anybody watch rallying anymore? No, I don't, unfortunately. Oh, I can remember my tyres are cold. What have we got? Lap 13. Good. Right. So like I said, I'll try and get this series done. You don't have to watch me all the way through it. I might finish this race and call it a day. But it's nice just kind of chatting about days gone by and comparing games, you know, as I remember them back in the day. But yeah, you know. Games have come on so far, even from this, you know. But in my mind, this is still, you know, I can remember this coming out, so... I remember when this was the apex of driving, you know, driving games. But I never made it this far before. I don't remember getting into the professional league. I don't remember completing the what is it, beginner league, amateur league, and professional league, I think it is on this. It's a good layout, to be fair, the way that they did all the races in it, you know. But yeah, I don't think I made it through the amateur one, to be honest. I think as soon as I saw the tyre thing on the side, I started getting a bit scared, you know. I was like, oh, I don't want to venture into that kind of a race. But, you know, all in all, it's not too bad. If you pick medium tyres, they last quite well, and they've got a fair amount of grip, you know. But if I'd stuck with it, I'd have gotten this car. I don't think I did any of the endurance races. Back in the day, that didn't interest me at all, you know. I was more of a... But like, that goes back to what I was saying about arcade games. I was more of a Ridge Racer, Wipeout-y kind of guy. And Colin McRae as well. That was a good game. Colin McRae Rally on the PlayStation 1. A lot of people raved about V-Rally. That was one of the... I think that was the first game I got for the PlayStation 1. V-Rally and... Destruction Derby. Oh my god. Destruction Derby was alright. V-Rally I never got on with. I never got on with the controls really. I completed it, but I never really enjoyed it. It never felt like you were completely in control of it, you know? That's only my opinion. But then Colin McRae came out. Jesus Christ. What a game. What a game. I could stream that one day as well. I got distracted by a moth then. Sorry. I think it worked in my favour. Just about. Sorry. Oh. Not very good, are you? Oh. Not very good, eh? That's something me and my cousin used to say. Oh, no, not very good, are you? Oh. We used to do it about everything. Oh, good days. $50,000. What have we got? It's not. The time on that is proper wrong, is it? No, it doesn't look good. 23:50. We'll watch this for 2 minutes. I wish I'd known about this car back in the day. Makes life a lot easier. So I can't use this for all the races that I've got left. I will use it for the rest of this series because, you know, why not? What have we got? 23:54. Shall I do one more? Nah, do you know what? I will save that there, and we will not necessarily continue from here, but we will continue somewhere. I might have finished Gran Turismo 3 by then, you never know. But we'll see. We'll see. It's been good though. Yeah. It holds up, man. I'm telling you. It definitely holds up. So I'm hoping that'll save. Yeah, I'm going to double check to see whether this will save or not. Oh, it does. Yeah, but does it? I don't know whether it does. Does that just save the number of races? I think that's what it does, you know. See, I have got to do the whole series. Let me just double check this. Yeah, it does. Balls. I was hoping that it would save your... No, okay. So I'll have to do both of them again. It's not the end of the world. Cool. What I will also do is do a little save here. Oh, those are the days. Memory cards. Yes. I'm just going to have a quick look through here. What have we got left? So professional league we've got. Right, so the front wheel drive challenge, 4-wheel drive challenge, Spider and Roadster, Boxer, Turbo models. That's the one that we were just doing, so I can use that one for that. Japanese GT car championship. I think I can use them. I'm nearly sure I can use that F1 car for that. Italian avant-garde. Nissan. Some Nissan cars. Yaris. Oh yay. Lotus Elise. Renault Clio. TVR. Tuscan. Dream car is going to be interesting because you can't use the Formula 1 car for that. I'm nearly sure that that one has to be. No cars are excluded, but I don't think you're allowed to have done anything to them. California Digital Cup. Oh, non-tuned. That's the one we're not allowed to have done anything to. Oh, in that case, that might be the only one I struggle with. Oh, and this one, which I tried. There's no point doing it with a bloody Formula 1 car. It's not good enough. You need that really streamlined red one. Unless I'm just useless. It could be that, to be honest. We'll go with that. I'm useless. Cool. Alright, we'll call that a day, people, for now. When I say call it a day, I'm going to call it a day for this game. I'm going to try and find something else to stream. Keep an eye out if you're bored, you know. Like I said, this video will eventually end up on my YouTube channel, which is Purple Helm Ed. Yeah, like and subscribe that if you fancy it. Either way, I'm not one for saying like and subscribe for 10 years good luck, because I can't guarantee you 10 years good luck. I can't guarantee myself 10 years good luck. I can't guarantee myself 1 day's luck. But I'm still here. And I found my hairbrush, you know, for my beard, so, you know, sky's the limit. Thanks for listening to my insane dribble and watching me play a 26-year-old game, is it? 27, is it? 27? Doesn't matter either way, I'm talking to myself again. Cheers all, I'll see you in a bit if you fancy watching something. It might be a horror game, it might not. It might be a PS2 game, PS3, Xbox 360. That's how exciting life is. Cheers, thanks a lot.